Satoshi did two amazing things. One was create Bitcoin, the white paper, and the first reference client software, and the second thing was to disappear.
This is Bitcoin Basics Podcast with your host Ferris, that's me, and Gordon from Coin Compass. We're Bitcoin advisors and educators supporting business and individual investors to safely buy, manage, and control their private keys, Bitcoins. This podcast is strictly educational and is not intended to be financial or investment advice. Full disclaimer in the show notes and at the end of this episode.
Well, Gordon, it's a good morning here for me, but in your undisclosed location somewhere in Southeast Asia, what time of day is it?
Hey man, I keep my OPSEC pretty secure, man. It is early morning, and I mean early morning.
So early morning, I'm on coffee. Are you on coffee or are you on booze?
I could be on both.
The Irish way.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. All right, man.
Let's get into it.
Most people listening to us would already be familiar with Satoshi Nakamoto, the anonymous creator behind Bitcoin. But what is burning Satoshi coins? Let's not get into that one again. So tell me, I keep hearing burning Satoshi's coins. What does that mean? Is it a music festival?
Yeah, it could be. Burning Satoshi's coins is, I believe it was the CEO of Paxful that suggested this a couple of months ago. And he was saying that if Satoshi, whoever he, she, they, it are or were, came back on and dumped all the coins, then it would completely crash the price. So that's why people like him, I'm pretty sure the CEO of Paxful was paranoid about Satoshi coming back and dumping all these coins and causing a price apocalypse.
And how many coins does Satoshi have? Do we know?
We don't know exactly because Satoshi was mining by himself for about 1 year. So we don't know exactly.
Himself, herself, or themselves?
Sorry. No. Well, it could have been a computer AI. That's one of the theories, that something was actually mining. Who knows? I doubt it was one person. Could more than likely a group of people. But anyway, we won't go down that.
Could have been Neo from the Matrix.
Could have been, yes. It definitely wasn't Craig Wright. That's all I know. All the coins were mined in the first year, so those coins haven't moved yet. And it wasn't just one wallet, so it was something like 20,000 wallets, separate wallets. So it's difficult to sort of say exactly how many coins are mined, but it's believed to be just under 1 million.
And with those wallets, is anyone tracking them to see if they've actually been spent?
People are tracking them like a hawk. So you can actually go onto websites and you could see all the addresses and Satoshi's coins, all that kind of stuff. So none of those coins have moved. None of those coins have been spent. I think there was one block really early on. I'm going to say block 9 that he sent like 50 or 40 BTC, but that was just to play around, like send it to different people, including like Alfie and other people as well. So
Yeah, I don't understand this whole idea of why would Satoshi deliberately crash price of Bitcoin. I mean, we've seen this, for example, in the bond market where China owns so many US bonds that if they tried to sell them, it would crash the price and they wouldn't be able to sell them. So it would actually hurt themselves. This whole idea of them selling their coins, Satoshi selling his, her, their coins all at once, no benefit. They just lose money. So the whole idea of burning Satoshi's coins, how would you actually go about doing that if for some reason there was consensus that should be done?
Well, that's the thing. I doubt whether there would be consensus, and we'll go through a whole nonsense of having another soft fork and, having coin splits and, Bitcoin Cash, BSV, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin, not Satoshi's vision. Who knows? It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Now, is this still in the Twitter sphere, still in crypto world, talking about burning Satoshi's coins, or is it just flash in the pan?
I think it's flash in the pan. I mean, there are a few people talking about it on Reddit, whatever, but I can't see that anyone would take it seriously. And if they did, and then there'd just be a fork of Bitcoin, and they would fork off and do their own thing, and everyone else would forget about it in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah. Yeah. So in order to sell their Bitcoins, Satoshi Nakamoto would basically, they'd just have to do it little by little. They'd have to drip it into the system. Otherwise, yeah, that definitely would cause a significant decrease in price when you look at that much supply coming in all at once. So with those 20,000 wallets, and any estimates as to what percentage still remains? Have they sold a large holding, a minor holding?
Well, those coins haven't moved.
None of them.
No. As I said,
Even the
apart
ramp
from
up,
those 50 Bitcoins.
apart from what, sorry?
Those, I'm going to say it's block 9. I can double check that, but it was 50 Bitcoins that Satoshi sent to several people. But apart from that, none of the coins have moved.
Even when the price went to 20,000 US, nothing sold.
Correct.
Wow. Well, that tells us Satoshi's vision. Thinks that Bitcoin's going a hell of a lot higher than 20 grand then.
Or it tells us that Satoshi's dead.
Or he lost access to his private keys.
Yes.
Should have called Coin Compass.
Probably should. Get a cold storage solution.
Wow. So much drama in Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Satoshi, if it is a person, I doubt a group of people is more likely.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. There's the money supply and limiting the total supply, but I think it's more significant than that. Like if Satoshi, or if at least, because, for example, even if those coins move, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's Satoshi. It means that's someone who's got access to those coins. So it could be someone who is, in at the early game and 3 or 4 people who maybe Satoshi passed on the baton to. Who knows? But it's more significant. It's not just the price. It's like, hey, the prodigal son has sort of returned home and give us your wisdom and what's Bitcoin's future? Where should we head? What direction? Or whatever. So it'd actually be a really bad thing for Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Satoshi Nakamoto's done very well to keep themselves anonymous at this stage. I don't see why they changed that. Put a huge charge on the back. I mean, it won't be long before they're eventually the wealthiest people in the world.
Yeah. Well, the best thing too, Satoshi did 2 amazing things. One was create Bitcoin, the white paper, and the first reference client software, and the second thing was to disappear.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
You look at other altcoins, and they've got leaders or corporations behind them, and I kind of like Ethereum, but you look at Vitalik Buterin and anything that needs to be done or anything that needs to be decided upon, he's kind of like the final say. So yeah, that's a bad thing.
Yeah. Okay. So at this stage, nothing's happening with Satoshi's coins. They haven't moved. It's unlikely anyone's going to do anything. They're just going to sit there until. So when they move out of that wallet and they go into another wallet, is there a way for people to ascertain who they might belong to?
Yeah, of course. So listeners can follow along. You can play this game at home. Go to blockstream.info, one of the many Bitcoin explorers. Go back to the Genesis block 0, and you can see all the transactions. So you can see every single block has only one transaction, and that one transaction is the actual coin mine, the 50 Bitcoins, the block reward at that time, and you can see those addresses haven't moved.
There's no way of tracing that address to that person. I'm sure people have tried that, haven't they?
Well, now you're talking about coin chain analysis and coin analytics. If you send coins from Binance to your Ledger wallet, people can track that. They might not be able to track your exact identity, but they can track that particular wallet. And this is where the whole privacy things comes into. You've got two transactions between 2 seemingly anonymous Bitcoin wallets, but eventually you can track that down to something, whether it's an exchange, an account on an exchange, a hardware wallet.
So potentially Satoshi Nakamoto is waiting for some better privacy options to move those coins.
Maybe, but I mean, let's face it. The price went up to 20,000, and the coins didn't move. Not even like sold like 5% or 10%. So,
oh, wow.
I'd say nothing's going to happen. But you never know.
Okay.
You never know.
Cool. All right, Gord. Is there anything I haven't asked you I should be asking you?
No, that's weird. I actually see this as kind of a non-issue. People are getting so flustered about, what happens if Satoshi dumps 1 million Bitcoins onto the market? It's going to totally destroy the price. That's not going to happen.
I actually had this conversation with my 10-year-old about gold. And I say, if you own gold and say you discovered a ship that had 1,000 tons of gold and you sold it all at once, what would happen? He said, he eventually figured out you don't sell it all at once. You sell one bar at a time. So if my 10-year-old can figure it out, I'm sure, everyone else should come around at some point.
Yeah, to me, it's not the selling of the coins and dumping them on market isn't really the big story. The big story would be Satoshi's back. What is the will of Satoshi? What is the word of Satoshi? What wisdom does he have to impart on us? That's sort of that's going to be the bigger thing.
Just what the world needs, another religion.
Well, Bitcoin is a religion, and I'll leave it at
that. Cool. All right. Thank you, Gordon.
Thank you, Ferris. Until next time.
Until next time, everyone.
See you, everyone.
Thanks for watching or listening. Please visit coincompass.com/free to register to our socials and discover other free content. Subscribing, liking, and following helps this content remain ad-free. Until next time.
Disclaimer. Any content provided by Coin Compass or the Bitcoin Basics podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and is not investment, legal, tax, or any other professional advice. A qualified professional should be consulted before making any financial decisions. Coin Compass or the Bitcoin Basics podcast will at times recommend certain products, services, and technologies, but these are opinions based upon our own or podcast guests' experience and not endorsements. We take no liability for out-of-date or inaccurate information, software bugs, manufacturing errors, technology misuse, or issues involving third parties. Visit coincompass.com for more information and please contact us.